Hi, this is Doug at Wood Spun Round. Welcome to the shop. I'm so glad to have you again with me. About to have another turning here I'm going to share with you. But before I do, I just wanted to share a couple of stickers with you. One, the first one I got in was Moving Chips. Does a great job. Been turning a little while. Is going to become a little bit more sporadic, but you'll want to go back and watch his videos there on YouTube. Moving Chips does a great job, so you want to go check him out. The second one is a fella down in Tennessee, Radar the Wood Turner. He's on YouTube as well, doing a great job. He's learning, and in fact, if you've been watching my channel for any time, you saw a plate that was just about rotted, some oak that I fortified with some CA glue and was able to bring it back and save it. That was Radar's. And so several of you, I know some of you went over and watched Radar and subscribed to his channel. Go over, if you haven't subscribed to him, go over and watch some of his videos. See if you like them. If you do, give him a subscribe. He'll greatly appreciate it. In fact, he's coming up on a giveaway, so you'll want to get subscribed and be watching so that when he is ready for that giveaway, you'll be ready to register. So I'll change the camera around a little bit and get us going so that you can see the beginnings of this project. All right, what we've got here is a half log. I just cut off this end of it. I do not know for sure what that is. It's possible that it's walnut, possibly cherry. Can't tell from the bark. The bark is pretty well gone. There was a couple of little pieces that were falling off. You do see a couple of cracks across here. Those I'm sure will go away. Same thing over here. You've got some cracks right there on the outer edge. That'll go away because this is going to be my top. This will be the bottom. What we're going to turn today is or we're going to at least start it today. I don't know if we'll finish it or not. But we're going to start a yarn bowl. Had a lady from Breckinridge County, where I used to live, called me, or not called me, she sent me a message just the other day asking me about a yarn bowl. She is a crocheter, and so she was curious about a crochet or a yarn bowl for her crochet. Told her I've only attempted one before, and when I went to cut the slot out, it just did not work. I didn't know what I was doing really. But now I do. I came up with a price. She thought it sounded great. So we're going to turn this and see if we can get this to come out well. If it does, great. She'll be a happy camper, and I'll be a happy camper because I got it on the first try. If I don't get it on the first try, well, she probably won't even know. It doesn't matter because I've got plenty of wood. This, I'm pretty sure, came from Breckinridge County. This is some I brought with me when I moved to Grant County from Breckinridge County. So I've got the tool rest up here and ready to go. I've got it mounted. I've got a faceplate ring on what's going to be the top side. We're locked down there. All that's locked down. I'm going to turn the speed way down. There we go. Come on. There it goes. That's at 150. I'm going to lower my face shield and let's get going. All right, we can raise the speed a little bit. That's 250. That's 300. Let's lower it back down. Come on, go down. There it goes. That's back to 250. Okay. Seems crazy that already we need to move the tail or the tool rest, but we're getting out pretty far there already. We'll just keep going. This is a slow process to get started, but once it gets going, we'll be able to speed it up. All right, pretty obvious that this is not going to be a yarn bowl. I was right, this is from Breckinridge County, and my third guess was right. This is Cherry. Cherry from Breckinridge County, Kentucky. In fact, I know where the tree was. I helped cut it down, in fact, and so I know exactly where this tree comes from, or where this wood comes from. A little bit of a rotted limb, and that was part of the problem why this is not going to be a yarn bowl. What I found, the big crack, in fact there's the remnants of it right there. There was a big pocket of rot right there. I'm not sure why it was rotted like that other than the crack, and that could have been from when it was cut down, because it kind of goes, well, it's like the tree was this way when it fell. It bent and caused a crack in that wood, and so I decided it needed to come out. It was not going to be good to stay in, and so it came out, and that shape was not going to work at all. I want to take this rim in this way just a little bit because I want a little bit thicker rim right there. And once I do that, I'm going to work on this little void right here. So let's turn it back on. We're going to push this back, get it a little thicker. Still a little thin right there, but I think, let's see, there's the other side. It's a little heavier, but not much. I think we're going to let that be good. I'm going to come back on a shear scrape this bottom side. All right, before I turn it around, I'm going to do some sanding. I'm not going to make you sit through all of that, so I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. I'm going to have the vacuum on. It's loud, plus it's just not a lot of fun. It's kind of boring to watch somebody sand. It's boring to me to sand, but I know that if I don't sand, this is going to look like who'd have thunk it. So I want it to look nice, regardless of regardless of who becomes the owner. I'll spit the words out here in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to sand this up and I'll bring you back here in just a couple of minutes. We've sanded to 320. Then we use the axe paste, which runs it on up somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 grit. In fact, I did that twice. Just wanted to make sure I got the best finish possible. I did fill that hole I was talking about. Looks really good. It filled very nicely, sanded very nicely. The whole thing is really come out nice. That's one of the nice things about cherry. It works up so nice that it's just hard to beat. So we're just finishing up buffing this wax, and it's getting late. I'm going to stop at this point. Come back in the morning. I will put it on the buffer, and then I'll turn it around and work on the inside. I'll bring you back in the morning when we turn it around. But I wanted to bring you back tonight and just show you that we did do all the sanding. We did the abrasive paste. We're doing the wax now, just finishing it up. And it's really done. I'm not getting anything off of here anymore. I'm just really just buffing in what we got, just getting as nice a shine as we can. And this is only wax. I've been, since I tried this method of just waxing, using the abrasive paste and then waxing the pieces, I've grown quite fond of it. I like it a lot. There we go. Let's stop it at that. I'm going to show you, there's where that hole was, that little branch. In fact, I want to blow it out. It's collected just a little bit of, there we go. Just a little bit of wax that was in there. And I don't like, when I fill them, I don't really want them to be perfect. I want it to look like a bark inclusion. That's why I use the coffee grounds. Right there, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's some little small voids in there. I could have filled them. I started to, and I thought, no, if I do, they're going to look like black spots. There are already some black spots, and that's kind of typical of cherry. But that is, the pith was right here, right where I'm pointing. That was the pith, and so this is the center of the tree. This wasn't a huge tree. It was, about like that. That's just a little limb that had started to grow and then died at some point and even rotted out. It caused some other issues down in this area. And so, but my goodness, look at the, whoop, there we go. I want you to see the chatoyance on this, that flash of light right in this area, right here. See how that flashes? When we come around to the other side, boom, there it goes again. When you sand it well, get all the lumps and the bumps out of it, and then get some finish on it, you can get that chatoyance in cherry virtually every time. Walnut does it very well. Maple will do it very well. It's pretty incredible how these woods will develop that flash. And that's because the light is able to get down to the wood and it comes back without any interference. There's nothing in the wood, nothing left on the surface that would cause it to not reflect that light. So there you have it. We'll bring you back. I'll bring you back when I get it turned around and ready to turn the inside. taking that gouge as far as I can. Let's try this one. Alright, just cutting that down, taking that center down so I can continue working down the side. I don't want to have too heavy a cut coming down the side. I get a little thick right there, so I'm still working it out. I'll stop here in a minute and sharpen this big gouge. Just wanted to stop and give you a little explanation about what I'm doing. Going down this side, trying to get a pretty even wall thickness. I've got a little bit of a lump there, but I can get that out easily. It gets a little thicker right here, all the way down to where I'm at. And what I'm doing, I'm kind of picking up here and working my way down as far as it'll comfortably let me. Then I work in toward the center. You're hearing a little bit of vibration. Some of that is the tool, but some of that is the wood. We're working that wood. I'm hitting right there, so I got to back out. I think I'm clear. All right. So sometimes I'll work from the center out just to remove some of the waste wood. When I'm working out here, I'm trying to watch the outside, the outside as well as the inside. I do need to go back and get that lump out of there. Get a pencil and mark that. And from there down, it gets thick. Sharpen one side of my pencil anyway. All right, let's continue on. We'll start by getting that lump out. Just some nice shear scrapes. Shear cuts, I guess. Yeah, that's so much better than what it was. Now let me turn it off, and I'm going to check to see where my thickness starts again. Just above that line. Pick the cut up. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Good question, right? Right there. Just need to smooth that up. And I think the best idea is to go to a scraper, half round scraper. Now, we'll get that with sandpaper. All right. There we go. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby. We'll get her sanded up, and I'll bring you back here as we're finishing up the finishing process. All right, we're just finishing buffing up the last of the wax. I've put sanded inside and out to 320. Then we used 2 applications of Axe abrasive paste, partly because I forgot to do the sanding sealer on the outside, but partly too I just wanted that finer finish, so I went ahead and did 2 coats, not only on the outside but on the inside as well. I've also applied 2 coats of the wax, the restoring and polishing, what do they call it? I'm sorry. The polishing and restoring paste wax. So that's where we are. I have turned it around and just given it a final buff on the outside. Wanted to take this tenon off, and so the lathe's running a little fast right now. Let's turn it down to, there's 730. Don't need to be in a big rush on this. my tool rest back so I can get in there and sand it just a little bit. We'll start with 100 grit. One of the things I like about cherry, I've told you I like cherry, I like walnut. Probably my two favorite domestics. Every once in a while I'll turn just a piece of plain maple. And I tell you what, maple is hard to beat for just a clean look. You got to get your cuts right, you got to get your sanding right. If you do all that, it will finish up and look absolutely beautiful. As far as exotics, I love olive, any kind of olive. It doesn't have to be Jerusalem olive. It can be Russian olive. It can be desert olive. Desert olive is really hard. It's not quite as nice as Bethlehem or even Russian olive. I say Bethlehem, Jerusalem olive. Italian olive is awfully nice. They're all the olives are nice. It's just a matter of some are harder than others. Some have more of that olive smell than others, which is wonderful. Now this is where I wish I had a two camera set up so I could switch you back and forth. Right now you're on the overhead, and I wanted you to have the overhead so you could see me taking that tenon down. And I've left a foot. I wish right now you could be on the tailstock view, not so you can see sanding so much, but I'm about to cut my 3 lines in here and kind of polish this up a bit. That's up to 320 grit right there. Get my little foot. Give it a little blow of air. My little mini skew. Bring my tail, or golly, keep calling the tool rest the tailstock. I know that's not right. I know it as I'm saying it. I say it anyway. Tool rest. Got it laid on its side. Just sticking the point straight into the wood. We'll follow that up with some 320 grit. That's just to knock off the little fuzzies that come up as I'm cutting those grooves there and there. Make sure. Normally I would go ahead and polish that, but I'm not going to polish. I'm going to wait till after. I still need to not only take the rest of that nub off, but I need to engrave it as well. So I'll polish it on the buffer is what I'll do. All right, I'm going to bring out another tool. This is my detail gouge, my Dave Thompson detail gouge. It needs a, ever since I changed my sharpening wheel, I'm haven't been just real positive on how to set my jig up to sharpen this thing. So it needs a good sharpening. I need to take an hour or so and work on it. I need to make a couple of jigs for my sharpening jig. All right, I'm gonna turn this down a bit. There's 430. Okay. Okay, we got it pretty small. I'm going to raise that tool rest just a fraction of an inch. There we go. Slow my speed down to, there's 3. There we go. There's 350, that's slow enough. I'm going to put the bevel against the bowl. Point going straight into that nub. I'm going to hold it in my right hand. Left hand's on the stop button. Pressure is toward the headstock. As soon as that nub stops or breaks, we're done. There we go. So you saw it happen right there. I think last bowl I did, I gave credit to both Phil and Gary, and Gary turned around and said that it was Phil's. So whoever, I saw it on with both of those guys, Phil Anderson and Gary, the Papa 1947. And I tell you what, those guys both do a phenomenal job. Go watch them if you don't already. Go watch their videos. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe to their channels. They both got huge followings, but I'm telling you, you'll learn something. I do virtually every time. So there you see, I've got just a little bit of sanding right in the center to do. I will do that after I make my mark on here. Once I've done both of those, make my mark and sand this up, I will take it over to the buffing wheels and I will buff this. I'll buff it with all 3 of the wheels, the Tripoli, the White Diamond, and the Carnauba wax. Just getting some excess wax out of this little foot area here. Yeah, that's better. But what once was a yarn bowl is now a trumpet bowl. Maybe it's a trombone bowl. That's about a trombone flare. Nothing on there but wax. It has a nice nice glow to it. I am liking this. I hope you can see it. It's got some nice chatoyance both sides there. That flash of light right through that area. It's just a wonderful piece. Nice and lightweight. Doesn't weigh much at all. It was heavy. It was a pretty good size log, but it's down in size, down in thickness, down in weight. Well, thank you for being with me. At the beginning of the video, I did share with you a couple of turners. Who did I share with you? Oh, Moving Chips and Radar the wood turner. Those 2 guys, go watch them as well. A couple of good turners that are having a good time. They're both coming along quite nicely. Moving Chips, every video I think his piece is a little nicer. Radar as well. Every time he makes something else, it comes out nicer than the one before. So both of them are coming along super well, and I'm just tickled to be able to not only swap stickers with them, but to promote their channels as well. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you're not a subscriber already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps me tremendously. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you are a subscriber, thanks. I don't know where I'd be without you guys. Folks, there's so many people who watch me on regularly, and I just thank you so much. Hit that like button if you would, if you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, the thumb down button. And either way, if you'll go down in the comments and tell me what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, I'm okay with that. I really am. If you tell me what you didn't like, maybe I can do something better on the next one. So I appreciate it. I do read all the comments. I try. In fact, I don't think I've missed commenting, giving a return comment on any of them yet. I know some people don't, partly because they have so many subscribers, so many comments. I don't have so many yet that I can't respond. So I try to respond to everyone. So feel free to leave a comment, good or bad. If you don't like it, tell me what you don't like. Maybe I can change it. If you got a question, put it in the comments. I'll be glad to answer. Well, this is Doug at Wood Spun Round. Until we get to meet again, I hope you're able to spin them round.